All right, welcome to the Microsoft 365 and Power Platform Development Biweekly call. Today is September 26th, and we are live with the community. This is so exciting. Our last call for September, or Prompt Timber. We'll talk more about that in a minute. I'm David Warner with Quizzitive, your host, and today we are going to talk about some fun stuff. We're going to have the agenda, which is the latest updates on the community. We're going to talk about PNP.NET libraries and PowerShell. And then we're going to hear updates on script samples, team samples, Microsoft Power Platform samples, and of course, everybody's favorite time, picture time. So get those fantastic faces ready for the camera so that we can show the rest of the community how much fun we're having in these calls. And then we got two amazing presenters today. Bülent is here. He's going to talk about how to use Dataverse as a knowledge source in Copilot Studio. And Shrushti is here. She's going to talk about building an AI-powered talent fit check tool using GPT Prompts, integrating with Power Apps. So that's a whole bunch of goodness wrapped up into a demo. We can't wait. But first, let's talk about some resources that are available to each and every one of you. If you've been here on the calls and you're familiar with these, but we have new ones all the time that are joining the calls, so we want to make sure that they are all aware of everything that is available to them. So let's start. The Microsoft Community Learning Videos is a YouTube channel that is dedicated to hosting calls like this. They get recorded and shared there. The demos get extracted. We've got other members of Microsoft in the community building content that gets shared out there. I think we have on average one new video each and every single day. So if you're hungry for knowledge, we got your back. Just go ahead and subscribe today at that YouTube channel and get alerted on all new videos. Of course, we've also got our LinkedIn group for discussions. Now, this is an open opportunity to discuss with the community, so you can go be part of this group. Check it out at ak.community/li. Open source toolings galore, a cornucopia as we're heading into fall, I think is the appropriate way to call that. We've got PNP.js and CLI for Microsoft 365, all kinds of things available for everyone. And then, of course, our wonderful sample galleries, over 2,000 samples, community samples spanning the globe and spanning the spectrum of Teams, SPFX, Power Platform, list formatting, script samples, and much, much more. So you can check all these things out by remembering all of the URLs here, because there'll be a test afterwards. Absolutely. No, I'm just kidding. No test. But if you do want access to each and every single one of these, you can get them by going to ak.ms/community/home. That gives you access to all of the wonderful goodness that you're going to see us talking about today. Links to all those things like the community calls, samples, videos, everything is going to be available there. And it's super easy to remember because community is in our heart and home is where we want to be, right? So community, home. Now, you're on this call because you like community calls, and we do too. So just to make you aware and ensure that you're up to date on the latest and greatest for these community calls, we've got plenty of them. The first is the Microsoft 365 and Power Platform, and you're thinking, wait, isn't that what I'm on? Yes, but this is a weekly call with Microsoft speakers. So that means you're going to get it directly from the horse's mouth. Those program managers, those product managers are going to be there to share all that insider information with you about how the technologies are being groomed and grown and how you can help make a difference in many cases by learning and sharing and contributing. We've got our Power Platform monthly call, which happened last week, so another month to go. It's the third Wednesday of every month. We've got our Office add-ins. We've also got our sibling biweekly calls, the first of which you're on right now. Microsoft 365 Power Platform Development Community biweekly, and then, of course, our Viva Connections and SharePoint Framework. Those are every Thursday, every week, no vacations, no holidays. We will be here for you. You can count on it like clockwork. Again, you can get access to all these things. Make sure you get them on your calendar. You can download them at ak.ms/community/calls. And we recommend you do that. These calls are like a crystal ball into the what's now, what's new, what's next in Microsoft technology. Because we can't all possibly know everything all the time, but our friends can, and all of our friends are in the community, and they do cool stuff too. So it helps us keep up to date with how all this technology is being used. So highly recommend you join each and every one of these calls. Carve out the time. I promise you it'll be worth your while. Now, what is the agenda for Tuesday, since it's just around the corner? Anshul is going to be back talking about the AI 0 to 1 Building Teams AI-powered meeting helper for generating automatic action items using Azure OpenAI. And our one and only Mark Wendell will be back talking about the latest features with SharePoint Embedded. So can't wait to get that done. I've got my surgery scheduled to get SharePoint Embedded. That's how it works, right, in my brain? No, I'm just kidding. We're going to find more about it. So make sure you join and learn more from Mark. Now, as you're watching, you may be thinking, these are some really cool things that everybody's sharing. I think I've got some cool things. Am I allowed to share it? Yes, absolutely. We want you to share with the community. And so we welcome each and every single one of you to request to present on these calls. It's not anything that you need to be scared of or over engineer or intimidated by. Absolutely not. If you've got a cool pattern or a tip or a trick or a demo or a function or anything that you found valuable to your day-to-day work in the community, I promise you others will too. And you can absolutely share it with the rest of the community by way of presenting it on these calls. So all you got to do is fill out the form, aka.ms/community/request/demo. Super easy. Just lets us know what you want to talk about. And you know what you're thinking? I've never done this before. Oh, am I allowed to present? What if I need a buddy? Well, guess what? We got your back. You can buddy up with someone in the community, and we'll help with that too. So just let us know. We want to work with you. We want to empower you, and we want you to have fun and have a good time sharing with the community and learning. So please, please, please don't hesitate to fill that out. All right, and once you do see more about these samples and you think, hey, I want to contribute or utilize them, well, guess what? That is where Sharing is Caring comes in. Another program by the community, absolutely free. It's a hands-on opportunity. These sessions are live. They are unscripted. They are something that we do together on a Teams call that's a safe space, and that means that we don't record it. So if you've got any questions where you start thinking, should I ask this question because I feel like maybe everybody already knows it, no one else is asking, so maybe I should know it. Guess what? Nobody can know everything. It's okay to ask, but sometimes when it's recorded, we're afraid to. So we don't record these sessions. They're absolutely safe space opportunities to collaborate and learn together, meet others in the community. And guess what? It's a contribution just by coming on the call and being part of the experience. So we've got one coming up on Monday, September 30th, 9:30. All you got to do is go to ak.ms/sharingiscaring and register. It's using Teams webinars, so it's absolutely free and open to each and every one of you. So don't hesitate. It's going to be a good time. Hugo will be there and I will be there, and we'll walk through everything together on how to use GitHub, make a contribution, and guess what? You'll get a badge for it. A badge? What kind of badge, David? Well, that's where our recognition program comes in. We have badges, and these are showcasing your contributions. They're powered by Credly, which means they are accredited and formal and official badges that you can associate to your LinkedIn profile. You can put them on your blog. Put them on your resume, show them to your manager, let your clients know that you are making a difference. These are real valuable things, and they are absolutely free. They do cost money, but we cover it for you, so it's a win-win. And of course, because we're falling into those, what did I say, fall months? Well, guess what? We've got our Prompt Pro, we've got our Prompt Timber, which is just about to wrap up, but right around the corner is Promptober and Hacktoberfest. So we've got two opportunities to earn two unique badges in October only for Prompt Timber and Hacktoberfest. And you may be wondering, whoa, those are bright colors. Those are the official colors of Hacktoberfest. So we are excited to be partnering with them and be able to provide more opportunity for you to contribute and get recognized for it. And guess what? We're going to start recognizing all of our recognition program contributors from month to month on these calls. So keep an eye out for what we're going to do there. It's going to be part of the call. We're going to be calling you out by name, but we need you to opt in, ak.ms/community/recognition. All right, let's get into some project-specific updates. We're going to start with Copilot prompts. So these are prompts that you all have shared with the community and can share. It's a great way of showing how Copilot could be used for everyday use, whether it be business or life hacking. Wonderful ways have already been contributed. So we want to call out Shrushti, who, hey, guess what? She's on the call today, and she's going to be doing a demo. But she did create a prompt where it says, I'm not very good at using Microsoft Excel. Help me by generating a sample table. Show me some formulas. Make sure how to use the formulas are considered in the generated sample table, prefer using a tabular layout. So great job, Shrushti. Thank you for adding to the community goodness and these samples. Really great job. Everybody else has an opportunity. And if you're not sure how, hey, guess what? Sharing is Caring will show you how. So come join us on Monday. All right, let's talk about PNP.NET libraries with Bert.
Bert is not on the call. So
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, no worries. All right. So Paging Dr. Burt. Okay, all right. PNP framework version 1.17 is out. It removed the PNP management shell features. That's for framework. Let us know what you need. Again, there's opportunities there to contribute and collaborate. We've also got the SDK version 1.14 is out. Also removed the management shell features, but there's improvements to ensure folder sync, folder async, and new base type property for iList. So check those out. Bert's a great guy. Let us know if you want to contribute and be part of that experience. Next up is PNP PowerShell with Gotham.
Hey, thanks, David. PNP PowerShell. So for those of you who don't know, PNP PowerShell works with a bunch of Microsoft 365 services, and you can use it for quite a lot of automation tasks related to SharePoint, Graph, PowerShell, Planner, and a bunch of other services. So what's the latest in the nightly builds? We have improved the handling of the certificate authentication. We added a bunch of commands to better handle authentication with credential managers. So you can use get, set, and remove PNP managed app ID, and that you can use it in Mac, in Linux, as well as in Windows, of course, for sure, to store the credentials. What else? We did quite a lot of bug fixing in the group settings, in the list item versioning, and a bunch of other commands that are related to site template provisioning. We also improved export PNP page. So now you can export that in memory and use it to apply that particular page into a destination site collection. For Copilot enthusiasts, we also added this particular command, which is called restricted content org wide search. So you can limit the site collection from Copilot or something like that. That's what it does. What else? Would absolutely love to hear from you. Feel free to reach out to us on the discussion forum as well as on the issue list. Thanks. Over to you, David.
Awesome. Thank you, Gotham. All right. Let's talk about some of those samples, script samples. Mr. Paul Bullock.
Mr. David, thank you. So script samples are a repository for where you can host PowerShell scripts. So Gotham has just gone through some lovely new commandlets. So if you want to write a script and submit it to the repository, I would absolutely bite your hand off for it. So we can support other tooling as well, SPO management shell, CLI for M365, and many, many more. There's really no limit. So if you think it might not support it, then reach out to me and I'll just make adjustments to the site. So these samples are integrated with the solution sample gallery for that extra exposure, and Adam Walshik has created an awesome tool that you can plug into Visual Studio Code, so you can get those samples in your development experience. So we've got some new scenarios. So we've got audit service principal and SharePoint sites with site selected permissions by Reshmi Aklu. We've got download all files from document library and folder by Peter Paul Krishna, and register an app with Azure Entra ID, log in SharePoint 9, and set those file links expiration days by Veteras and Arbutus. So this is super cool submission. So thank you very much to those contributors. I made a small update to the site as well. So I've added a code tour. So if you're looking to create a new sample and you want to figure out how to do it, so what I have done is you can install the code tour extension to your Visual Studio Code, fork the repo, and then you can go through that code tour and you get those sort of instructions, so forth. I've only just created it, so I'd be interested in any feedback. If you think it's off the mark, or if it helps you, or if you can get any weird submissions based on that, then I'll make some adjustments to the code tour. So that's cool. One other thing to mention is Hacktoberfest is coming soon. So if you're looking for new ideas, obviously Gotham's made those PowerShell commandlets have been added. So if you've got other ideas or you want to upload your scripts, so submit those PRs to count towards that program starting from October. And you can opt in for a badge as well. So we've got 3 lovely badges, and we've had those distributed recently. So thank you very much, David. Appreciate that. That's awesome. And if you need any help with any submissions, I'm freely available, Twitter or LinkedIn or X or Pigeon Carrier or anything like that. And I'll be more than happy to lend you a hand if you are stuck. Thank you very much. You're absolutely awesome. And back to you, David.
Awesome. Thank you, Paul. And yeah, friends, this is one of the easiest ways to contribute, because we all have those simple scripts that do really cool stuff. And we may think, it's just for me. I'm the only one that find value in it. But I promise you others will. And trust me, Paul, you're going to have to explain to me what that bite your hand, it must be some newfangled kids slang, right? You kids and your crazy talk. I'm sure that probably means something cool. All right, let's move into Power Platform samples with Kate.
Yes, hello. Thank you very much, David. So today I'm more than happy to share that we have two new samples in our Power Platform gallery. The first is from Gamlemo Mohapi, alt text generator. It is awesome use case how you can utilize AI to generate captions for your images. Just set up a connector following the instructions, step-by-step guide that he shared with us, and have fun. The second sample came from Manish Salanki, and this is a reusable chat flow for array operations. So just provide as input to arrays, specify the action you would like this flow does for you, and enjoy. Thank you so much to our contributors for their efforts and for sharing these samples. I want to remind to all of you that all our samples are completely free in this gallery and easy to use. Just follow this link that you can see on this slide and get inspired, learn, use these samples in your projects. And additionally, I would like to encourage all of you to share your work. We are looking forward to seeing what you have done in Power Platform. Yeah. So let's grow together, and that's all from my side. Back to you, David.
Awesome. Thank you, Kay. Woo, looking good. Yeah, I tried that alt text generator. I put a picture up of myself, and Copilot said, please take this off. So I was like, what? That's too brilliant. No, I kid. All right, everybody, what time is it? It is picture time. So we got together mode ready. I see Don's looking good, ready. I'll move this into the screen, and I will start up my Camtasia session, and we'll get that up there. Move that over. Still a few seconds. Oh, look at that. Casper is playing the bongo drums on my head. All right, still some more seats available. Awesome. Chris, I hope you brought enough coffee for the whole class. That's okay. Next time. All right. One more second, everybody. We're doing okay on time because we only got two presenters today. I see some more filling in. Just give it one more second. That's is leading the pack right there in the middle, looking good. Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Wave to the community. Woo! Looking fantastic, everybody. Great to see everyone. Loving the smiles, the hearts, the faces. You are amazing. We love you. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you all. Okay. Well, let's get back to our regularly scheduled program, and that is going to include starting out with our demos. So Bülent is here. He's going to talk about how to use Dataverse as a knowledge source in Copilot Studio. Bülent, if you'd like to take over the screen share and take it away.
Of course. Thank you very much for having me today. I'm audible for you?
Yep, sounds great.
Awesome. And the screen hopefully as well. Visible
just loaded.
Well.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely perfect.
Awesome. Very good. So welcome to the session, how to use Dataverse as a knowledge source in Copilot Studio. Write down in the chat if you recognize which favorite TV show that could be. So let's see who will be the first to win this. My name is Bülent Altinsoy, and I am based here in Germany. And my origin is Turkish, so my parents come from Turkey. I'm an MCT since 2021, so I'm terrorizing everyone in my organization as an MCT now. My organization, a company, is M&8. I'm working there since over 13 years, and I'm the global business application portfolio lead. That means that I'm maintaining the training for our business and CRM and ERP and also Power Platform. And this year, I also started the fun at the beginning of this year with contributing in the community, and also have started also blogging and sharing my knowledge because I had lots of nonsense to tell to you, and also as a speaker. So like today. So my blog is that Aloha guy. So you see on the picture already, this is the Pacific Ocean in the background. So I'm in love with Hawaii since I was there in the honeymoon. And since then, I'm back and just telling everyone in Germany, Aloha, no one understands me. Everyone thinks I'm super crazy. Yep, that's me. I'm active on LinkedIn and also have started a YouTube channel, but more active on LinkedIn. Most probably you have seen me already there. So today, the scenario is I want to explain what I want to tell and show you today. So first of all, this hopefully looks like me. If I would have much more like a beard, it looks like more like Paves. But anyhow, this is the Aloha man, and the Aloha man loves obviously Copilot. So that's the reason why I'm here today. And obviously, he also loves traveling. Traveling is very important. That happened to me as well in the beginning of this month, when I was on vacation in Turkey and enjoyed sun. And now I'm looking outside, it's only rainy, so boo. So if you just go to different countries, it can happen that you need different currency. So it's not like that you everywhere pay, with credit cards, unfortunately. So in Turkey was the case, the taxi driver didn't accept my credit card and euro, the base currency, which I'm using here in Germany. No chance. So I just needed to exchange money. But guess what? If you just do this on an ATM or more importantly at the airport, well, it's like you're getting robbed. So it's like you lose a lot of money. In that case, it would be really good if you somehow get the best win-win for you. So the best possible exchange rate. So what you can do, obviously, is you can just go to website and can look manually all the time. But, in an age of AI, so why shall we do this? Remember, we love Copilot, right? So let's make the best out of it. And hey, there's a tool which we can just use. Low code, no code, Copilot Studio. And this is now also the solution for us today. In that case, there is something which is called knowledge source. So you add a public website to this. This is the answer, right? So this solves everything. But look at this. This is the European Central Bank, and I just only want to add a specific page, but it's already more as 2 levels deep. So as you can see here, doesn't work. So what can we do now? So in that case, so there must be another solution for that. So one of my friends, Sean, just told me use an URL shortener, but guess what? It didn't work out. Dataverse to the rescue. This is my answer for today, and that's the solution I just brought for you. So with this today, I want to try to convince that Dataverse previously, it is currently in preview, just really works. So let's go and let's have a look. So this is the site. I could now check manually on my site. You see it's still not refreshed by me. It's still the date from yesterday. And I can go in, I can now just look for the Turkish lira. Oh my goodness, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's here. I already lost valuable time just to search for this. You just imagine you have other currencies, maybe not really referenced on that page. So let's go now and let's start a demo on this. So I'm just closing this part in that case. So we are not getting distracted and we're only looking at that beautiful chatbot. So are you ready? Let's go. Let's click on yes. We want to start. Clippy is back. This is for you, Chris Huntingford. His mission is he believes that Copilot is the new Clippy. That's why I just put it in here. So this is now our new currency converter, and we can ask right away any questions now to this. So like, Clippy, can you give me the exchange rate for US dollar, for example? Typos, I'm famous for typos. So in that case, let's see what as an answer will come out. Fantastic. So the exchange rate for US dollar is 1.1194. So fantastic, good, great, that works. It works also for the other currencies. Believe me, just believe me. So, but this experience, obviously, how does it work? So let me just go and show you the knowledge source in that case. So this is the table. It is a pretty simple Dataverse table. I'm just going in. I have just added this and has, if you just look and preview, it has pretty simple 3 columns there. One for currency, one for name, and one for spot. There's the exchange rate in that case. And I just have filtered. So everything looks so fine so far. So the question now is this now the best experience ever, what we have here? Can we make it a little bit better? Yes, we can. So in that case, there's also one of the questions just came to me, because sometimes if this will be generated, this is also the thing I wanted to show you. I'm nervous, I'm sorry. So let's go back and just go to the conversational boost. And then in that case, how it been, and yes, this is generative answer. You don't need to anything do. You just have to go in here into the properties and just have to click on this one. You need to deactivate it, allow AI to use its own general knowledge, because every time it just more or less overrides what I want to do with Dataverse if it not successfully finds that. So now there can be a better version. of this and a little bit better. So how can we do this? So in that case, I'm just writing prompt. So, and the one other already is not getting excited because we are using prompts. So in that case, what's happening is this is now Clippy 2.0, the MVP version, the most improved partner version. So, and it's still our buddy and helps us out here in that case. So what I have done is now I'm just asking which currency shall we convert from the euro to, and then look at this, we have buttons here now. So in that case, I can use again US dollar, so that you will see what's happening. So I have just this time not faded out, so you can just see magically and live what's happening there. And it can take some time, you know, Dataverse, knowledge source in preview, and it's also a trial version. But look at this, €1 corresponds to $1.1195. So if I just say, yes, I just want to try this again, I can look at this and say Turkish lira, for example. Hopefully this time it will not take so long. No, this time it's a little bit faster. So you see, the good thing about this one here is that it looks a little bit more consistent. So if you just go to the prompt directly, so let's have a look in the prompt. So let me say yes again. And the Japanese always cool. So in that case, what I'm just doing is I have in that case here, I'm just taking this here as a choice. I'm just converting that here to a string so I can make it use, and I'm using that now in my currency here. So if I just go to my model, and this takes ages to load. I'm sorry for this already. So I'm speaking that slow so that I'm just, you know, saving some time for us, but hopefully it will come. Here we go. So what I'm just doing is I can create any kind of inputs. This is, you know, string. In that case, I'm just asking, look for any records where the currency is equal to the name in the currency table. And then I'm saying summarize that by a following text. €1 corresponds to, you know, the currency and also to the exchange rate. And then I get a little bit more, you know, consistency into that. And, you know, it's not like the generative AI stuff is just generating me funny text sometimes. So that was also one of the questions that people just asked me. So now I have Dataverse, and now the question there is, can I find someone who is just going overnight and update me all the currency manually? Of course, if there's someone who just wants to do this, be my guest. But let's say we can just do this with automation. And what happens is I do have a Power Automate flow, which just do this. So the Power Automate flow looks like this. Shout out to Damien Bird. I didn't know how I can scrape data from any website. I was just looking in YouTube and then found this video and just have used his materials more or less, but I just have added, obviously, the adding to Dataverse and additional steps. I will not go through this now fully. I have just described it in the blog post. So in that case, if you're just interested and curious, how do you want to build this, be my guest in that case. So what is happening is now, look at the following time. So let's say the Japanese gen is like this. And when I just click now on update, what happens is it just starts now another topic. And then I can just bring in something like currency update is in progress. So I can just give some people some kind of, hey, you have to wait and wait. We don't tell you how much you have to wait, but you have to wait. So hopefully this will not take that long. Otherwise, I would start to sing, and I'm pretty sure this has to be cut out of the video, and no one wants to see me singing, believe me. So in that case, the Power Automate flow is just running and updating then in the background. And once this is then ready, let's have a look again. So remember this name is this number here in this case. So let's go for the Japanese gen again, and let's see if this has been updated. So excitement. Hooray, it worked. So one time it didn't work for me, it just broke, but I'm happy that it works with the demo. Didn't. In that case, this is the way how you can just make and automate it. Obviously, you would make it more on a scheduled way with Power Automate flow, so overnight, something like this. So that was only just for demo purposes what I did. Last thing, bonus thing, because I got 5 additional more minutes today. So in that case, I have also look at this and where you can just use this. You can just use something like this. I just have to reload it to be very sure. So you can use, for example, a Canvas app. So I'm a huge fan of a Canvas app as well. That could be, for example, your travel portal, for example. And guess what? You can also now add Copilots from Copilot Studio there as well. So if you just have this live and you click on this one here, then it just loads a preview of Copilot, and you can, put all of that information there as well. So unfortunately, it does not work with everything. So as you can see, we can't see Clippy. Oh man, that breaks my heart. But you can just ask around that kind of question, something like, can you tell me the rate for US dollar? Yeah. So, and that kind of things works. So no picture. So also the Clippy 2.0 version will not work because, the buttons are not appearing there. And now, of course, here we go. It works. So in that case, once again, if I just use that second version, I just have to think about other things because no pictures will be shown, no button will be shown, but I'm pretty sure Microsoft is already working exactly right in this time once they have seen that video, how to improve this. So in that case, going back to my slide, and Dataverse to the rescue. Hooray, it worked. So that is the thing I wanted to show you. Damn. Okay, now the demo was already there. Anyhow, that's the end of the show. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it a little bit. And yeah, in that case, back to you, David.
Awesome, Bülent. That was very, very cool. I love the sound effects, man. I love the personality and everything. Really cool how you shared this. And I like how you integrate it into an app, shows how you can utilize it even on the road. Like you said, just with Copilot can be your partner in crime while you're traveling. Just don't let it auto-complete your flight plan, right? I learned that the hard way. Boy, I tell you what. So anyways, all right, everybody. Great job, Bülent. Thank you so much for sharing with the community. Let's get cracking in our next demo. Shrushti is here, and she is going to talk about building an AI-powered talent fit check tool using GPT prompts, integrating with Power Apps, so even more better together. Shrushti, if you want to go ahead and take over the screen share, it is all yours.
Hey, thank you so much, David. And it was really a great demo, by the way, with the great sound effects. Just let me share my screen. Okay. So I have few slides. I ideally, directly jump to the demo, and I had some more time, so I thought let me squeeze in some slides so that probably a broader audience can gain some benefit from this. Okay, David already had elaborated that I'm going to speak about how can I build a talent fit check tool. This is going to be another example with Power Apps and with GPT prompts. So stay tuned till the end while I demonstrate. Before I move ahead, yes, you can see my avatar image on the screen. Myself, Shrushti Shah, and I have been, associated with Rapid Circle for more than 3 years now, and I have total 7+ years of industry experience. I've worked a lot in Microsoft Stack, right from SharePoint Online to Teams and Power Platform. Also, a lot of work on Azure infrastructure as a code. So this is a short introduction about myself. Let's straight dive into the agenda. So before I move on with GPT prompts, I wanted to highlight how you can use Azure OpenAI in Power Platform. Not many of us are aware about GPT, where you can find AI Hub in Power Platform. So just wanted to give a short overview, and then how you can build your own custom prompt. If you don't find any of the pre-built prompts which are useful for you, then you can go ahead and use custom prompt. How you can build one, which I have built right now for this use case. I'm going to quickly elaborate on my use case, some context and background, the technical details of the tool which I've built. Definitely, this will be the live demonstration and the resources. I've also added the solution as sample in the gallery, so you can find that as well. Okay, let's just straight away go to the Azure OpenAI capabilities in Power Platform. So right now, when I talk about Azure OpenAI, what exactly Azure OpenAI is? So we have different kind of LLM models. One is GPT 3.5 and the other is GPT 4.0. So these two variants are straight away available as part of AI Hub in Power Platform, while GPT 4.0 is this AI Hub can be in preview, but you can use already existing pre-built models along with the custom models as well. So where can you find that? We'll check later on in the demonstration. And what you can do with GPT prompts, you can either summarize the text or you can get some information from the text. Also, it can help you answer some of the questions just like the chat GPT. AI Hub, this is what I was talking about. What AI Hub does is, sorry for that, AI Builder provides a prompt building user experience that allows your users so that they can go ahead and integrate either in the applications or in the automates. The two variants, as I already elaborated, 3.5 Turbo and GPT-4 model, which is straight away available. Just make sure that this capability is not applicable for all regions. So it is limited to some regions only for of now, while this capability might be subject to usage limits, also capacity throttling. So please be mindful while using it. When I talk about GPT, you should be, aware about how you can how you can draft your own prompts. So this is the prompt builder experience. I think we just saw it in the previous demo, but I'm going to utilize the same in my demonstration as well. So I have built one such custom GPT wherein I'm taking some inputs. You can also take input from a user or from data table, just like we just saw in the demonstration. While there are different ways in which you can take input also from the Power Apps, if you're running a flow which is a user input flow, there are different ways of doing that. And you can easily share these GPT prompts with the users. They should have the valid intra, they should be the valid users and they should hold the intra account. And you can share it just like how we share Power Apps or Power Automate. And we are going to pick up our scenario. But before that, let's just quickly stop by AI prompts and what you can do with AI prompts. We can build, we can summarize, we can classify, we can extract entities, we can translate, analyze sentiment, or draft a reply. These are the lot many things which we can do with GPT. Let's quickly evaluate what are the prerequisites if I want to use AI Hub and I want to draft my custom prompt. You need an environment in a region where prompts are available. Two, you need this feature, which is available as part of preview right now, that has to be enabled. A valid Power Apps or Dynamics 365 license, definitely. If you're going to deal with Dataverse, then Dataverse has to be installed as part of that environment, and an add-on license, which is AI Builder. These are the prerequisites which you will need before you go ahead and start creating your prompts. Now, this was all about how you can go ahead and draft prompts, how you can utilize AI Hub or AI models if you want to utilize as part of Power Platform. But for this scenario, which we're going to talk about, I'm solely going to use GPT prompts. So let's just quickly stop by and talk about my use case. My use case is basically for all the recruitment teams, those who face challenges like miscommunication, they are tight running on deadlines, and they are dealing with cross-team dependencies. And at times, this can lead to inefficiencies also in hiring process. So let's consider a scenario wherein a recruitment team is tightly running a deadline for Power Platform developer roles, and they might be dealing with some customers. There can be three separate customers for which three different job descriptions are provided by the customers, and they are running tight on, okay, I am sending this resume, this is the job description, but there is no as such efficiency. So what this tool is doing is it is reducing that gap, that hey, you add your resume, you provide your job description, and this is the summary which AI provides in return, and you share this with the recruitment or technical team, and now they are straight away landing to the technical discussions with just the detailed summary. What this tool is going to do is this tool is going to help them reduce the time spent. So I am no longer going to manually evaluate by going through the 10 pager or probably a shorter resume, but with a lot of project experience. No, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to quickly check the summary, the AI generated response, which is going to help me whether this user or this candidate is really a good candidate before I evaluate technically in a discussion. So this is what the tool is about. The technical details, I would skip this slide probably, and let's just take a look at the demo. Okay, let's go to the experience. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight away. Just give me a second. Okay, I'm going to go straight away to make.powerapps.com. This is the home of Power Apps. And as soon as you click on more, you find the option for AI Hub. I have this enabled because I have created my environment in a region where AI Hub feature can be utilized. So I'm seeing this right now. And what you can see is I've created a custom prompt. Okay. This is the resume expert custom prompt, wherein what I'm telling AI is, hey, take job description as input, take resume as input, but give me the information which I need. So this is my custom prompt wherein I'm asking AI that, hey, act as a recruitment expert and define the action areas like strengths, weakness, and definitely your own reflection of the profile to confirm whether the profile which I've shared, the resume along with the job description, is a good candidate or not. Let us know if the candidate is a hire or no hire. Definitely, this response which I'm going to get is AI generated. So I'm not going to straight away shortlist my candidates based on the response which AI is generating, whether this is higher or no higher, but this is definitely a good level of screening. This provides me the information that whether should I consider this candidate for the technical discussions or not. So straight away, go to the prompt settings. This is the input, the resume, the job description. If you want to add more input, you can do that as well. I am just satisfied with these two inputs. The data used, I'm not using any of the data right now. I'm going to get the data from the Power Apps from the user. So just skipping this bit. Output, how do I want to generate my output? There are two options. One is text and JSON. So JSON is right now in preview. I'm just generating in the text format and running a Power Automate flow. So just skip JSON right now. But if you have the use case wherein you want to generate responses in JSON, which will give you the key value pair, and then later on with each key value pair, you are doing something either in the front app, which is Power Apps, or in the Automate, you can go ahead and straight away leverage JSON as well. Another beautiful feature which was recently released, the model. Which model you want to use? GPT 3.5 or GPT-4? I am using GPT-4o for this prompt. You can use GPT 3.5 as well. Now this is legacy, I believe, but I am using GPT-4o, the latest one. Also, you can add some more settings. Right now, I'm not adding any of those. As you can see, I have added the resume for a Power Platform developer, and this is the job description. I'm going to quickly test the prompt so that I know whether this is going to work fine for me or not. Let's wait for a few seconds. I am not that expert in generating sound, so I'll quietly wait. Okay, I do see that it generated the response and it has generated how I wanted the strengths, and in the detailed manner it is added that okay, Power Platform experience, project management experience, technical proficiency, or cross functional collaboration if the user in the resume has done any. The weaknesses also is quietly nicely elaborated, the reflection and fitment based on the AI, and whether this candidate is a hire or no hire. So as you can see from the detailed response, I cannot take a look at just this short summary which I've got. This is not a summary this is not a summary, but this is a good response which I can look at, and then I can decide whether I want to schedule a technical discussion or not. So this is how AI has generated the response. Now what I did is I clubbed this with the UI facing app. This is my Power App, wherein I'm just giving a screen to upload resume. This is where I'm going to allow users to upload resume. Here, what we saw is just I'm taking input in the form of text. But no, your resumes cannot be in the form of text, right? You want to take it in the form of file. So I'm going to take it in the form of file, which is PDF, and I'm going to add another layer of AI wherein I'm going to consume AI model, which is going to take the file and convert the file into form of text, take this text and going to run this GPT model. So this is what I'm going to do. So let's just go back to the application. I'm asking user to attach the file, provide the job description. As soon as they click on upload, this will trigger the Power Automate flow. So let's check the Power Automate flow. This is the flow which is taking the file content, the file name, and the job description. And this is creating the file because I'm trying to create a repository wherein I want to check whether how beneficial this tool was for the recruitment team. So I'm going to store all the resumes in the repository. This is the uh, library wherein I'm storing the file which is attached from the UI. Once I get that, I am creating a variable. Just skip these variables for now. I'm I'm running this file through the recognized text in an image or PDF document. What this is going to do is it's going to generate and get me the text information. And later on, I'm running the text. I have to, so how this image or file to text conversion happen is you have to go through the each page of the file And in each page, you also have to go through each paragraph, and then this text gets generated, and I'm appending this text in the overall text manner and storing it in a variable. So this is the AI model, which is helping me generate the results, going to the each page, the whole file, and then in each line, and storing text by text in the variable. So later on, I get the full-fledged text from the document. This information, you can do it, this transformation, you can do it later on once you build this in your use case. But any which ways, you'll have to do it whenever you try to generate text from an image or PDF. So these layers will always stay there. Once I get this information, I am just storing, checking whether I'm able to get the correct resume or not in the form of text. Once that is validated, I'm passing this text in my prompt, which I've created. This is the resume expert prompt. Passing the resume in the text format, that's done. Job description I already have from the app. Later, I get the information of AI, which I am storing it in the variable and passing it in the Power App. So this is the overall scenario. Once that is done, I'm adding one more thing. There are two ways to evaluate. Either you can add in the prompt that, hey, also evaluate the overall sentiment, whether this is a good hire or no. You can do straight away in the custom prompt as well. But if not, you can also utilize the other models of AI, like analyze positive or negative sentiment. You can do that. So what I'm going to do is I have straight away run the sentiment analysis on the AI generated response so that I also get the sentiment of the response. Once this is done, I'm taking all this information back, the response which is generated by AI and the sentiment and the file, updating that in the file properties within the repository and giving this back to the Power App. So this is how the Power App will work. Unfortunately, today my credits got expired, so I won't be able to demonstrate it live, but let's just go ahead and quickly I'll show you how the UI will look like in the other browser. So this is how you're going to see. Let's just go back. This is the resume. This is the job description. As soon as I hit upload, this is going to run a flow for me. And once this evaluation is done, it takes less than a minute because I'm trying to convert the file to text. So let's wait while the Power Automate runs. And by that time, we can go to the flows to check whether the flow is doing its job rightly or not. So let me go to the flow, edit. Oops, I wanted to go to the run. Okay, this is running. Let's see. This stage is completed, wherein it has recognized, but ideally, what I've observed is generating text takes time because it is reading line by line in your document. So this is the only time which is the maximum amount of time your flow will take. And later you get your response. So you see that I've got the response from AI. This is the AI generated response. And I should now be able to go to my app and I see that, hey, I've got the AI generated response. And this is how it looks like: the strengths, the weakness, the overall fitment, and whether the candidate is higher or no higher. So you can see that the sentiment was negative was due to one reason, that what I've done is I've played smart here. I've given the resume of a developer and I've added the job description of a developer while the resume is of a Power Platform architect. Hence, my AI is saying that, hey, your resume and the JD doesn't fit together. Hence, the sentiment was negative. While if I provided the correct pair, whether the job description was of developer and the resume was of the Power Platform developer, then the sentiment would be good. Even though the sentiment was negative, but the overall AI fitment was positive for hiring. So this is the overall use case. Let me come back to my current slide. So this was a use case which I clubbed together with GPT prompt and Power Apps and different variants of AI model, like using file to text conversion and also the sentiment analysis. You can use as per your scenario. You can skip using sentiment analysis altogether. We can use GPT prompt and we can add in the custom prompt as well that, hey, you only give me the overall sentiment at the in the response. So that can be handled that way. Demo, we saw it live, and thank you so much for listening. And I have already added this solution as part of samples gallery. So you can take this solution and you can fit it in your use case as per your use case as well. thank you so much for listening to me.
Awesome job, Shrushti. Thank you so much. This is using a creative way of AI to help kind of filter through some of that. I think that, using AI can generate some passionate conversation around best use cases, which we see that in the chat. And I think it's great for us to continue to progress and share how we're using the variety of ways. Nothing's ever going to be perfect from the get-go. We're going to figure out how to iterate and distill down technology like we're learning and inheriting and creating, really. And I think what you and Bülent have both done today is show us ways and creative ways in which we can do that. And there's always progress to be made, everybody. There's always ways that we can iterate and improve and collaborate, but we're only going to get there by being willing to join these calls and share with one another. So I applaud you both. Thank you both very, very much for being able to come on here and share with the community. Really appreciate it, and you showing that community love. All right, well, let's wrap the call up with some other resources that are available to each and every one of us. If you want to show the kids that you are cool, you can join our official Discord server. We've got over 2,000 members now. I think it's actually up to over 2,200, so I'll have to get the slide updated. But you can join for free, aka.ms/community/discord. It's a wonderful opportunity to kind of have a one-stop shop where a lot of members of the community are in there chatting, collaborating, asking questions, working together, and it's absolutely free. So check it out. And of course, you can tell the kids how cool you are when you start talking about mom and dad being in a Discord server. They're going to think it's the best. We would love to get some feedback from you. So about these calls, let us know. Are things working, not working, what you like, what you don't like? We would love to hear from you. Even if you've already said that you love us, we'd love to hear it again because, hey, we're people. And our managers love to know that things are going well and these calls are meeting the needs of the community and providing value. So check it out at aka.ms/community/call/feedback, and we'd love to hear from you. The recording will be available in 24 hours on the Microsoft Community Learning YouTube channel, that one we talked about all throughout the call. You can get access to that by going to aka.ms/community/YouTube. If you're in the Teams after the call and it says, hey, guess what? The video is ready. Come download it. Don't believe it. It's going to try to sell you Amway or something like that. I kid. But it's not going to be available to you because you're not in the tenant. So if you go subscribe to and get alerted as soon as new videos are available to the YouTube channel, that's the best way. You're going to learn all about it right away. You can also follow us on X or Twitter or whatever we're calling it today at M365PNP. Also on LinkedIn at ak.ms/community/li. The next Microsoft 365 and Power Platform bi-weekly call will be in 2 weeks, October 10th at 7 a.m., just like clockwork. And Viva Connections will be next week, October 3rd. Whoa, we're already getting into October, which is what? Promptober and Hacktober. So get involved. Join that Sharing is Caring session on Monday. If you'd like to start getting more involved and earn some of those badges, you can see all about the rest of the calls at ak.ms/community/calls. Thank you all for joining us today. Really appreciate everything that you all do in the community. We would not have what we have if it weren't for your passion and energy. So we love you. Please keep it up. Wonderful to hear from you again. Thank you, Shrushti and Bülent today. Have a wonderful rest of your week and a wonderful weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Woo!
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.